Hey everybody, Tony here with Nothing But Car Reviews, and today we're going to Toyota Camry LE. Let's get right into the review. So this color here is going to be the Super White, which is a pretty standard color on a lot of Camrys. And then the interior on this one is going to be an ash leather. The powertrain consists of a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, made it with a 5-speed automatic transmission, and that gets you 158 horsepower. And then this one also has the $200 option for 16-inch aluminum wheels as opposed to steel. And focus on that back end there. I'm going to pop the trunk. And plenty of car. Coming around the side here, I'm going to pop the fuel tank. And there's that with the cap there. And then I like that you can take the cap off and then you can just kind of hang it right there while you're filling up and then put it back. Let's zoom in on these 16s down here. Like I said, that's going to be an optional wheel. Definitely worth the money back then. I mean, this thing's here for 23 grand new in 2009. It's just insane right now with all the car prices. Let's go look at that front end. We have our halogen headlamps here. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. There's that 2.4 liter 4-cylinder. But next, let's go ahead and take a view from the driver's seat. So from the driver's seat here, pretty good space. I have about ½ inch of headroom here, and then my legs can slide underneath the steering wheel, and really good seating on the side. I don't feel like I'm about to fall off either side, so the seat's wide enough to fit someone like me, and I'm pretty big. That being 6'3" actually, so that's my room there. And the steering wheel feels pretty nice, even though it's not leather wrapped. And even though it's that vinyl, the top of the steering wheel hasn't faded too much like you see in a lot of other cars. But over here at the door panel, we have our window lock here, power door locks here, and then we have our power windows, and we have a one-touch auto down function for the driver's side. And then for our power mirrors, they're actually going to be over here, and we can adjust that and then decide if we want left or right. And then of course down here we can pop the hood, and then we have our parking brake there, which is a foot pedal. But next, let's go ahead and take a look from the passenger side. So like I said, the seats are very comfortable, and I like that you get the leather throughout, but this seat right here, the passenger side, is actually going to be manual, but the driver's side over here is going to have a power seat back and seat bottom, which is pretty adjustable. And here we have our glove compartment. And let me just show you a quick look at the sticker now, because I'm actually surprised we have it with this being a 2009 model. But take a look at that. Literally stickered for $22,979. A brand new Toyota Camry. You could not get that today. But there are all of our standard features there. And then we just have a few optional features. The matte set and then the aluminum wheels. And I said they were $190, but they're actually $410, so my fault. And then let's take a look at those crash test ratings. And then the fuel economy there. But now let's go ahead and delve into the radio, which with this being a 2009, not a lot to really go through, but you can toggle your power there. You can go through your audio controls there, so your bass, treble, fade, all that. And then of course you can turn to go through the actual options in that, or you can adjust what radio station you have. And then we have a CD player here, of course, and then an aux input And then a few more radio functions here. We can toggle between the tracks, what band we're on, and then of course our presets here. And then we can adjust our radio up here, and you can see, or not our radio, our clock, excuse me. And then the clock is going to be way back in there. But down here below the radio we have our AC controls. So each knob you can push to adjust whether you have the defroster here for the rear, the AC here, or the vent closed off here. And then down here have a little stove. Then we have an aux input back there, as you can see. Now let's go to the shifter. Now to shift, we just hit the brake and pull, reverse, neutral, drive, and then we have a 3 and then a 2, and we can go into low mode here and we toggle there. So low, second, third, fourth, drive, neutral, reverse, park. 2 cup holders over here, we can stow those as well. And then over here we have a 12 volt, a little more storage. And then for our center console cubby space, we have pretty good size with a removable tray. Now let's see if we can hit the steering wheel over here. So volume controls here, track list or radio station presets here, and then we can actually toggle our modes between FM, AM, and then if we have something hooked up, we can use that as well. And then we can hold this to actually turn the audio off. And then over to the right side of the steering wheel on the bottom here, we have our cruise control. So you tap that and then you can set, resume, and then you can toggle on and off. Of course, windshield wiper controls here on the knob to the right, headlamp controls, turn signals to the knob on the left. And then there's a look at our gauge cluster there, and we can just toggle our trip and odometer there. But finally, let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat. So I'm really impressed with this rear seat room. I'm 6'3", like I said earlier. The seat in front of me is adjusted for someone of that size, and then I can still sit back here and have about probably a centimeter or 2 of headroom. But I can actually, if I sit back, my knees are not touching the back of the seat here. And I have pretty long legs, so I'm just really impressed that you could fit 5 big adults in here. And then we even have a center seat with cup holders here. We can fold that up and down. And I like how everything just feels so plush, even the back of the seats. The leather feels really nice. But that's about it. Like I said, this being a 2009, not a lot of technology features.